All right, guys. Today we are going to go over a topic that everybody battles and deals with on a daily basis, and that is the mind. Yes, everybody has to battle their own mind every single day. Some people have just become better equipped at winning in those battles. Now, the mind is something that often will push for a weak mindset. It's just simply human nature. And bear with me, guys, you know I'm at the gym, so I'll be checking the cameras, making sure everything's all good here at the club. But if you have a mind that is always digging at you, you're normal. That's normal. That's standard. Again, that's human nature. The mind will try to push for weakness and try to trick you. So think of things like when you have thoughts that are later, or I'll do it tomorrow, or I don't need to, or I already did that, I'm tired, I have work. If everyone else is, then if no one else is, then, and so on. So if you have these thoughts, one, that's normal, but two, everybody's mind does this, and the differentiator between those who can defeat the mind's attempt at weakness versus those who can't is being able to recognize that the mind does do this and then battle against it. So it is capable of holding you back from becoming the ultimate version of yourself if you lose this battle, especially if you lose this battle on a daily basis. And what you need to do is pretty simple, but not so easy to do. The first thing is, what matters is how you prepare for the mind every single day and how you're going to conquer it. So you need to be able to recognize when the mind is going to start playing these games and trying to convince you to not be the ultimate version of yourself when you should. And so if you initially just recognize that your mind does this and plays these games, that's step one, and it's a huge step towards actually defeating the mind. It will trick you into weakness. So understanding this alone is a great way to combat it. When weakness comes at me, it can often be in the forms of, hey, you should drink, hey, you should eat poorly, you should skip the workout, you should slacken work, you should delay when you get to those emails, and the list goes on. You should watch TV, you shouldn't do anything productive, you don't need to, you just did something earlier, you can do it later. Those are the types of things that I typically will battle on a daily basis. So I simply try to be ready for them. I know that they're coming, and by having the recognition, I'm able to at least take a huge step towards being the winner in that battle. So what I do is implement a daily routine. And that daily routine means focusing on short-term goals, daily and weekly goals, so that I can plan my schedule ahead. I'm aware of my coming schedule so that I can shift things, adjust things. And that simply means, hey, if I know, for example, it's the 4th of July this coming weekend, probably going to have some fun, probably going to slack when it comes to alcohol, when it comes to food. So I should earn it. It's very simple. Plan ahead. Know what you have coming on the calendar so that you can adjust accordingly. And if there's nothing on the calendar, you just keep hitting it hard so that when something does come up, you've earned it. And so by having a daily routine that stays dialed on a micro level, I'm able to win bigger on a macro level, on a weekly, monthly, annual basis when I'm winning daily, right? Those wins stack up. And having a routine that is routinely inconsistent is when the mind is winning the battle and convincing you to be weak routinely. But if you adjust it so that an active routine where you're focusing on your effort and you're maximizing the input for the best output as much as possible and as frequently as possible in as many areas of your life as you can, then you will start to see that you'll win more often. And you will start to see that that routine becomes an enhanced routine by second nature versus a poor routine by second nature on autopilot. And it's easy to be lazy. It's easy to be a schmuck. Anyone is capable of that. Anyone can do that. That's possible for anybody. If you have the certain mindset, it might be more difficult for you because you've got a winner's mindset, but anyone's capable of it, including myself. I was victim for a long time of a lot of things that I mentioned. alcohol, poor eating, skip the gym, don't need to do that. And that is something that weighed down on me, and I was a lame version of myself. I was not the ultimate version of me, and that negatively affected not just myself, my mindset, my physical, but also those in my life, because they were not getting the best version of me. And I got to a point where I didn't want to let myself down anymore, and I didn't want to let those in my life down, even more important. So by implementing health and fitness, I was able to work towards trying to be, which I'm not fully at, but trying every day to get better at being the ultimate version of myself. And with this means just breaking it down simply to win the small battles every day and to not allow the mind to push a weak mindset on me every single day, which is something that you too can also do for free, easily, and with your own willpower. It's doable for anyone and everyone. It is not something that is secret for anyone and only for a certain group. It is for all people, just like being a lazy schmuck is for anyone and everyone. If you have a weekly vision of, with all else going on in life, stay fit, you'll start to realize that fitness does not need to be your life, but an aspect of your life that you use to positively enhance all else in your life. It'll pour positively into all other things that you do because you just simply become a better version of you. If this resonates with you guys, if you have fought these battles, if you're still fighting these battles, then I recommend you to follow, subscribe. More content about this to come. If you need to reference this for future motivation and discipline, do so. And honestly, just take what I've learned through my process and journey and apply it for yourself. That's the main reason for sharing this type of content. So again, watch out for that mind. It will try to bring you down. Does it to everybody. But we can prevail. With all else going on in life, stay fit.